Your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you have to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't run, boy, this you change the back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
Welcome to the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 900. Where's everything at? It's not on the screen.
It's not here.
It's not on screen. We'll fix it.
Do it again.
973 Tuesdays we've been... Sorry, it was take two. Take two. I'm going to fix it. Hold on. So, yes, we're live, but it doesn't mean that it has to be perfect. And we're going to fix this graphic because we wanted to make sure you had audio.
It's not a live podcast.
Because we broke audio last week. And then we didn't fix everything. And we do this tonight so we don't do it in the middle of the Thursday show or tomorrow when we have clients in here. This is yes. Okay. Pretend that you didn't watch this entire thing.
Light it up.
Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you have to do, make it.
It's the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 973 Tuesdays. We've been talking professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with my compatriots for the night. First of all, it is the Riz. I booped your nose by accident.
Oh, why'd you boot my nose?
I don't know, because it's just there. In arm's reach.
Wait, there it is. Oh my God, you did boot my nose. It just showed up on Twitch.
You just saw it on the replay. Make sure you clip that on Twitch.
I am here.
Hi. Thank you for this early show. Thank you for everybody accommodating my really messed up schedule this week and lack of sleep.
Messed everything up.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, apparently I'm liked by a couple wrestlers now because I wore their gear.
Wait, are you saying you have fans that are wrestlers now?
Well,
fans of Riz fans.
Well, I mean,
Rizticles.
I don't really want to say their names, Sorg.
No.
Apparently, I'm the best production person on the indie on Sorgatron Media.
You are the favorite Sorg, apparently.
I am the favorite Sorg
there's that.
By at least two people.
Yeah, Riz, and once again, shout outs to Riz and Missy and Katie and Emily for I was down with the COVID over the last week, and why a lot of things got maybe weird online and stuff and posting and such. But you guys covered with the Enjoy Wrestling show, Big League Wrestling up in Erie. Enjoy had a fantastic show. Our boy, the birthday boy that we had on last week, Mikey Montgomery, beat his own birthday tournament. There was no birthday hat. I was out of my mind but I was still. Where's the birthday hat?
Where's the hat? Where's the cake?
And why aren't you facing hard cam?
And then also, well, at least there was a fork for.
There was a fork. He got birthday a fork from Matt Tremont. So
yep.
That was nice. Dave Potter is also here, often contributor of the Awesome Cast and the iPhoneography podcast. We talked iPhones and stuff a little bit ago.
Yeah. So we're going from iPhones to sweaty men and women filling each other up.
Yes. What? No. What? What? Riz, was that what your Saturday night was? Moving on. Okay.
Maybe,
anyways.
Maybe.
This is... Guys, we're not alone. We're not alone.
Oh.
Intern John, as of yesterday maybe, is off to Scotland. It's midnight or something there. No, it's way past midnight in Scotland right now. Mm-hmm. John is tucked in to bed.
Maybe.
Scottish.
This is for you, John.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There's the
Buff Eagle.
The Buff Eagle has made the appearance in honor of. Well, we have. That's okay, because we replaced John with not one but two new interns. First of all, we have intern Mac.
Hello.
Now, intern Mac does not know professional wrestling.
I know absolutely nothing, and I've never watched it in my life.
You've never you okay? Tell me one thing you know about professional wrestling right now. Go.
They have the ladders sometimes, and they get to hit each other with chairs, and I've always wanted to do that.
And that's why you passed the interview. That's it. Well, I think you're going to get a little bit of education here. Are you excited?
Absolutely.
And you are manning the chat room?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So Mac will be hanging with you guys and let me know. Make sure I don't miss when you correct me in the chat room out there. So let us know, chat universe. Also, we have intern button Tony with us.
Hello.
How are you with professional wrestling? What is your relationship with professional wrestling?
I love professional wrestling. Watch
Okay.
it every
There we
single week
go.
since I was like 5 years old.
We're going to be hearing from Tony a lot, I think. So you are, what are you doing tonight?
I'm doing the social media account for Wrestling Mayhem show.
There you go. So we're getting out there, and hopefully we get in front of more people thanks to the work that you guys are doing and helping us with the community building and everything too. So also, don't let me forget to get to the comments. We read the comments, and we may read them to you because some of you are commenting on YouTube and TikTok, and some of you were pretty fucking wild, okay? So we might be getting that in a little bit. Dave got an entire history dissertation on TikTok from one of our videos from 2 months ago. So on Awesome Cast. So I don't know what you guys. I mean, and it's nice because the comments are more than just you guys are ugly and live in your mom's basement. And to which I say, fuck you. I own my own basement. So you know, and whatever.
It's been years since you've broadcasted from that
It
basement.
has been years since I've broadcast from my basement. If I open this window, I can show it's not the basement, but it's scary out there. So we might start opening the window again. Now that it's like dark at a decent time, we may open the window again and it's not sun blasting in here while we're trying to do the show. It's a lot cooler now, at least. But anyways, we should talk about wrestling. We should get on with it. AJ Lee has come back and is as adorable as ever. And has a message. What's that? Witchcraft?
He's a vampire.
The fact that she is 10 years older.
Yeah.
And she really does not look 10 years older.
Now, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Somebody also point out, Nikki Bella does not look much different than 10 years ago either. Really?
Well, wait. Was that before or after Nikki had the
that looked different from Brie.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Dolph Ziggler still can't tell them apart on social
That's
media.
true.
So
Okay,
there's that.
But yeah, she has not
No.
aged one bit.
And
And I
that's
don't
being
know-
married to CM Punk.
That's being married to
Which,
that.
respectively, still has to be stressful, I would imagine. You know, wow, I like how synced you were on that one. So came back. We're having the Rollins Becky Punk AJ Lee match at WrestlePalooza, which feels like a ridiculous name in 2025.
Not an ECW pay-per-view.
Oh, what was that one?
It was rumored that they were going to do WrestlePalooza, but it was also rumored that because WrestlePalooza is an old ECW pay-per-view, that was going to be an ECW styled PLE.
They had WrestlePalooza in 1995, 97, 98, and 2000, and
forget
they
who
were mostly filmed for broadcast at the time. So it was just like they had an event, and
I think that was the one where I want to say that was the one where Raven and Tommy Dreamer fought for the last time. I think.
Well, in 2000, the main event was Tommy Dreamer, Dusty Rhodes, Sandman, and New Jack versus Network, consisting of Steve Corino, Jack Victory, Rhino, and Yoshihiro Tajiri in a street fight. The Network, which means not the Jackal. I can't remember what his name was at the time. It might have still been Jackal. Don Callis represented TNN, the network that they were on at the time, so as part of their storylines. Isn't that interesting? And by contrast, the main event is supposedly going to be John Cena and Brock Lesnar at the next one. So, I mean...
Well, let me ask you real quick. Talking about Brock.
Mm-hmm.
No reaction in Chicago, or very little reaction in Chicago for Brock.
Not a surprise, and people in Chicago kind of remember things.
Yeah, well, no, I'm saying Chicago's a unique city.
Chicago kind of isn't taking any shit right now in general, so...
Well, that too, yeah. But, I mean, honestly, I was like also, hey, we have Sammy versus John in a good wrestling match with John Cena doing all these moves from people we had matches with, like John Cena doing a Styles Clash.
Doing the spear, which got attributed slightly to both Roman Reigns and Edge. Thank you, Corey Graves, for reminding us Edge is a thing on this one, because he really kind of did it the Edge way. So, yeah. So AJ came back, was very spoilered. Like, I think WWE themselves were basically like, yeah, this is happening on social media, because
They already had merch. It's fine.
I mean, the tea leaves, if you see the way the story was going, it's like, of course she's the one that's going to come back after Becky slapped the shit out of CM Punk, right? We're in Chicago. How
However,
about that?
That's a new definition of motorboat.
Yeah, I never heard motorboat as a slap off. It's something.
No,
I've heard
it's-
it
there
used
was-
other ways.
No, there was the point in the promo where Becky did have her face implanted in CM Punk's chest.
Oh, that's what we're referring to.
That's the
okay.
Okay.
I accept that. Then.
This is the one. Going back for a bit, I'm glad I looked this up, because I remembered this was the Tommy Dreamer versus Raven match, or Losers Leave Town match, and I totally forgot the name of one of Raven's former flock members. Lupus.
Lupus.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yep. And it was weird because remember, it was Tommy Dreamer beating Raven, and then the lights went out, and then that was when the invasion angle happened, where
The WWE invasion?
where WWE, like RVD, Sabu, both came out and attacked Tommy Dreamer, and the lights went out again, came back on with Jerry Lawler. And then Sabu wrestled Taz and beat Taz. And then Taz beat Shane Douglas, who also had a match at the beginning of the night.
Because ECW booking, of course.
Mainly because that was probably all they can do.
Oh my God, and then after that, there actually was a tag team match apparently of the Eliminators,
Cronus
Boys,
and Saturn.
Cronus and Saturn, the Eliminators. Oh my, this is a freaking time. Can I even watch this on the Peacock?
Probably not.
Probably not at this point. So, I wish they would just.
I had to look at that because
Let's just drop ECW pay-per-views on YouTube. Let the music rights go to the YouTube and just let them out there. Can we just not do those edits anymore? So, everybody say bye to the wife of the show leaving. Bye. She's done with this shit.
Anyways, AJ Lee.
AJ Lee. Love that. Love the promo about that. She talked about mental health. We had a therapy chant on Monday.
We had a positive therapy chant.
When was a negative therapy chant?
Well, okay. They in Chicago, I don't think they do a tour, but think in the past. I
think if anybody understands,
I can see a wrestling crowd 10, 20 years ago making fun of someone for going to
kind of like this is kind of like this is like the go ahead.
No. The crowd wouldn't have made fun of that. Vince would have made fun of that.
Pal. Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
And
you go to therapy.
Commentary would be burying it, and that would set the tone.
I mean, Kane and Daniel Bryan went to couples therapy, or regular therapy.
That was good comedy, though. That
was good comedy.
It wasn't against therapy, but it was just an out of
look at these Look at this
Yeah,
guy going.
yeah. Look at Kane in the entire Kane-ness of himself, with red
about
spandex,
strapping,
sitting in a therapy circle. You know,
strapping
like,
a battery to Shane McMahon.
no, that was separate, but yeah, he did allude to it, didn't he? He told that story.
did, yeah.
Either
And
way,
he also alluded to Katie Vick.
yes, there was
Oh,
Katie
yeah.
Vick as well.
AJ Lee.
AJ
Yes.
Lee is a positive
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
I need to read the book.
so-
It's been on my wish list apparently because now everybody's referencing it. So
The thing I liked is you can tell she was nervous coming out on Friday. But I think once she came out and noticed that, holy shit, all these people still knew her. Mm-hmm. Like she heard it. She probably heard it online a lot. They'd be like, "Oh, you should come back. You should do this." Probably heard it from Punk a lot too. Probably heard it from a whole bunch of stuff. But like the curtain call of going back out and like doing her thing for the crowd. That was fun. That was like her way of like coming back out.
I like it. I think it'll be fun. It's going to be a fun match for WrestlePalooza, you know. So, but, you know, that was a good setup. And it got the buzz. It got crazy. You know, everybody's talking about it this week, and it's just it's what was I love the references where she's like. Everybody with the millennial parents, for anybody with millennial parents that don't understand why they're so excited on Friday. So I can't believe she's been around for over a decade. There's all these posts about how she talked about like I'm your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler.
I'm glad she took that back from somebody who is no longer in professional wrestling for good reasons.
Who was that again? I'm sorry.
Professional wrestler. Favorite. I forget who it was, but he is shit.
Someone in the chat was going to tell me, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's no longer. He was in that first batch of fuck these creepy ass dudes trying to do things in wrestling.
Okay.
Because I know before he
Unfortunately,
wrestled.
that does not narrow it down.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything for me, Riz.
Orange Cassidy.
No. Oh, was it one of the AEW guys?
No. Before AEW.
Before AEW. Either way,
And I'll say this: there's one advantage AJ has coming back when she is. You have 3 great people in the ring with her. Mm-hmm. You know, they're not throwing her in the ring with, someone just up from NXT. Mm-hmm. You know, you got Becky, you got Seth, you got Punk. They're going to have a good match. And they'll be able to do right things to protect her so she's up to speed. So hopefully she doesn't try to do too much on her first live match out, assuming that's her first live match. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't do something on the house show. You know, it'll help her. Like I said, I think that'll help. I think it'll be entertaining. And they're making this first ESPN show to be massive. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a massive deal.
It's massive. It's a lot of, it still to me feels like those kind of foreign shows where they're kind of like, it's not like a Cody Rhodes big title match, it's not a SummerSlam level match like that, but still like, I think there's a lot of features like, I want to see these people go at it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, and that's nice. They can spread that stuff out. Cody not being on like 2 pay-per-views in a row is not a bad thing. Also he's busy being in Street Fighter and having a new kid. So, well, okay, he's not the one that did all the work, but obviously.
He's helping out at least.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, spend time with your newborn, pal. We got it, And it's, again, and he said this, and I think Seth Rollins has said this, your champion can disappear for a month and a half, and it's going to be okay. Versus, I know we have the discussion with AEW. I do not want to get into the AEW side of this, but the general idea of, oh, hey, your 3 or 4 top stars are all out with surgeries and injuries. What are you doing for the next 3 months? AEW is, I think they'll be fine and they'll figure it out, but they do not have that deep roster of absolute superstars that WWE does. And WWE, don't get me wrong, we've been talking about the last few weeks, needs that to keep selling $4,000 priority passes and everything too, right? And keeping those tickets up and the $1 trillion that ESPN give them or whatever, right?
Or WrestleMania tickets with the VIP that are $37,000 a piece.
Also, David Starr was his name.
David Starr. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw True
Really?
Producer Pro mention that in chat.
That's probably why I reckon, because
I feel
we've interviewed.
dirty. No,
Yeah. I know.
I feel
But
dirty saying that name.
listen, you haven't been in wrestling long enough if you haven't run into somebody that you regret having known.
That's true.
It's a weird bar, but it's so fucking true, right? It's like oh, I don't know anybody that's too weird to be around. I'm like, oh, you're very young in the business, aren't you?
You're just
because
a
it unfortunately attracts not the sickos. 'Cause the sickos is a relatively positive thing for AEW, but the bad weirdos. Let's just say the bad weirdos. You know. Either way, we're not getting to that anymore. Politics too. Either way, moving on. So AJ Lee came back. Anything else? I think I had another note in here actually that went with that. The Usos reunited. I feel like this has happened a couple times.
Yeah.
So
But also,
no.
we're seeing Jay.
Stone Cold Jay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Jay
I don't
taking
think
out LA
it's-
Knight for no good reason.
I
it's
think there
Stone
was a
Cold.
reason. There was a reason, but it was like, oh, I thought we buried the hatchet. He's like, yeah, no, actually. So, but he did say now we're even or something like that, right? So maybe they'll get along, whatever. that's gonna
However,
be.
I would like to see a one-on-one match between the two.
Let's make it happen. Sure, absolutely. That's biggest stuff from WWE. This is their show is in 2 weeks. I saw that NXT is going out on live shows again, including why is NXT counter programming NWA Exodus Pro in Cleveland by running the Agora the same night? What the fuck is happening here? You know, this better mean we're getting a Natalia or something, just like NWA 76 did. You know, so that was an interesting note I received this week. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Welp, we've only been promoting this show for the last month and a half.
Is that the one that I showed you?
The Hexadus one or the live?
The NXT one?
I got it from one of our compatriots over at Exodus, actually, one of our production
because
guys.
The one I showed you had, I want to say it was a triple threat match, or not, a 6-man match, where Oba Femi fought Rusev.
Oh, because they were doing that too. Yeah. Oh my god.
I mean,
oh my god.
yes.
It's good shit. And that was probably from the. Was that from an NXT live or was that from the foreign tour?
That was live. I thought
That was
NXT live show.
Okay. I like that. I like that NXT's doing live shows because I think they need it for the reps, honestly. And you can do that. You can do the small venue stuff and have more going on. They're getting back to that. They keep dipping your toe back and forth and doing these mini tours and stuff. I think it helps their brand. Especially it also works because they're on like CWTV, right? They're on network TV. That's kind of a different thing. So, but anyways, we'll get into a bit more of that. Yeah, NXT Live at Agora Theater. Son of a bitch. I love the production guy was like, so we're going to go to this, right? I'm like,
No.
you're like attached to this company. What are you doing? So anyways, you have like a very close relationship to this. Real quick before we go to our thank yous for the Patreon, T-Pop, True Prince of Pro in the chat room. Jey Uso as a character has always had trust issues, so it makes sense he wouldn't fully trust LA Knight. That is true. He's the one that did not, I think, initially trust Sammy, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I want to point out, and I know you want to get to the Patreon stuff, but then I saw this video today of Jimmy Uso talking to Jey Uso about how corrupted somebody can get when they get their chance for that title. Mm-hmm. And he pointed out and mentioned, I think he mentioned that during yesterday too, that he sounds a lot like Roman right now. Like he's doing a lot of Roman Reigns things.
Could we have a Dark Side Jey? Dark Side Jey Uso? I'm here for it.
No,
He's still main event. No yeet. No, but maybe he just it's the wrong tone of the yeet. The yeet tone changes. I don't know. I think it'd be wild to turn him on this, but yeah, man, I guess that'd be a good turn because everybody's so behind him. You would kind of Hollywood Hulk Hogan him a little bit, maybe. So, or just I don't know, maybe they'll just follow him down that road like Roman.
But I would want to see more. I want to see heel LA Knight like we saw in TNA.
Yeah.
Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see that work.
He's been screwed over enough times. I could see them doing that. So there we go.
That's
Sorry.
me.
I'm cameoing the
weird.
interns by hitting the wrong buttons.
Feels weird being on the bottom screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't.
Like I'm used to being up here.
Okay.
Now I'm down here.
Um.
I think I think
God,
I think
so
maybe,
trying not with the jokes right now.
I think maybe maybe I need to get with my
Do I need to swap?
friends over at Leaders.
Your what?
Over my friends over at Leaders by Example.
Leaders by example. Oh my God. Hey, you know who the real leaders are? Everybody that follows us and supports us on patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. That's right, Riz. We're going to change the subject because these great people have been following us for so long and keeping the show going here. And we like to thank them. And there's usually extra content. Not so much this week because we got a tight schedule, unfortunately. We'll be back next week with some of the extra content and everything. And we'll talk about movies, I'm sure. But thank you for the fan of the show level, and the interns will get along with this eventually. Actually, let's get you guys in this. This is the fan participation part of it. I'm going to say Bo Diggity, and then you're going to say woo with me. Okay? So just roll with it. We're going to test run it. Bo Diggity! Woo! There you guys. You guys passed that. Your performance review is going to go great. I'm so glad to have people in the studio to do this again. This was going to be in the test. What do you do after we say Bo Diggity? We woo. Team Hammerfist, Tupac family, the Bubba Brewer of the Triple B podcast, APWF, Jason French at the Poppy Club level, Dave Profpod Potter. Hey, that's you. And also Rats in the Trench Coat, Tony Kincaid, True Prince of Pro at the Pizza Club level, the Riz, Justin Cleaver, whoever that guy is, and at the manager level, Bradley. There he is. And there's Bradley getting a wedgie a year ago at a wrestling show ringside. There you go. Thank you, everybody, and for supporting the show. You can support the show, too, at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show and be part of the community there. You'll get the show without whatever YouTube ads or anything like that on video and audio format. You get the extra content. You get a Patreon live stream that we start before the Awesome Cast. You can get the whole thing and what happens behind the scenes in the conversations. And sometimes our guests forget that the mic is live on the internet. And have fun with that. But don't take it to the dirt sheets. Either way, let's get into the rest of it. Listen, old friend of the show, original Alpha Larry, if you know, you know. Wardlow came back at the last pay-per-view. Was part of the Don Callis family, and then subsequently disappeared again. Found out today, and again, this might have been out for a couple days, or maybe out for a week. I don't know, but I discovered today that our friend Michael Wardlow is once again injured. Apparently got injured in the event of returning to AEW. This sucks, dude. Like, that guy's been out for over a year with injury. Now, he does have American Gladiators. Riz, you were talking about, we hope that he's at least filmed the majority of what he needed for American Gladiators. Maybe he wasn't allowed to come back until he was done anyways. Who knows? There's a lot of wrestlers included in that project. Who's the lead of it? It's The Miz, right? Is the host of it?
Yeah, he's
right?
the host. Miz is the host. Which, like I said, I think when we first heard everything, wait, there's a WWE guy, there's an AEW guy,
and allegedly he was getting a little bit of shit from WWE for that too, since there was a little bit of both sides on that thing. But the cast is the cast, and it's not WWE fucking production. You know what I mean? So like, stop being butthurt about it.
Do that with Adam Sandler too. Don't just
yeah.
do that with
American
Gladiator.
Exactly. Didn't hear that from Becky Lynch.
We heard we heard both MJF and we both heard Becky Lynch go, hey, we're all on this show together. We're on the movie together.
Mm-hmm. It happens, guys. It happens.
It's not like the 80s. Where it's not like the territory days where it's like
it's not like a local independence.
You can't, you can mix. It's fine. Nothing's gonna happen. Nobody's gonna poach wrestlers. Nothing's gonna happen. Anyways, American Gladiator on board there. That sucks.
There you go. That does suck. So, pour one, not pour one out. God, good vibes going to
recovery.
Warlow. Speedy recovery. Hope we get to see him. I'd like to see what they were going to do with Don Callis' family. I think it's really interesting. And dude deserves to be on TV. Dude works his ass off. He's one of the nicest guys that I've ever met in pro wrestling. And I want to see.
He yelled at me
him.
because I had my lights off.
He what?
He yelled at me because I have my headlights off.
Yes, he yelled at you that one time.
Bobby was in the car. He was scared.
He wanted you to be safe.
Yes. So
Bobby in
Safety
K-Town got in his car and got yelled at with me.
see, he watches out for you guys. So. Either way, a lot of nice people over the AEW. Hey, speaking of, I do want to talk about, because I've been watching a lot, by the way, the fact that they moved the ROH pay-per-view because Tony Khan wanted to attend MJF's wedding. Which, there's a meme going around about how MJF maybe on purpose scheduled a wedding on the pay-per-view date so Tony wouldn't show up, and then he moved the show quietly. Was an interesting conspiracy theory I saw thrown around a little bit there, but anyways, so AEW several weeks in, I don't know how much I've talked about this on the show, but I'm loving the vibe of Ring of Honor at ECW. I feel like I've had this conversation off air. The Ring of Honor shows at ECW, I think we did talk about this, feels so Ring of Honor, right? Because obviously it's one of their old venues, but the small size matters. I think those NXT live shows are going to be tremendous because they're smaller. I think the ones in Lowell, where that's a smaller venue, that New Japan runs pay-per-views, TNA's run shows there. I think, did AEW do a show there? Maybe. I don't think so. It feels like it was too small for their set or something, but they've been doing a lot of those music venues like that, so who knows? Either way, I've been really digging how they play with the space, and everything. There's not a lot of space in there, obviously. Most of what you see is under. If you've never been to ECW Arena, understand it's on the corner of Rittner and whatever down there, right? And the overpass for the interstate. The interstate that you go between the airport and the stadiums and downtown, that's what they're under. That is covering that entire backlot area is just square underneath the interstate lengthwise beside the building. That's why they have so much space to play with. It's actually kind of wonderful. It's to me, one of the coolest spots in Philadelphia. So is that backstage parking lot area. And obviously they're doing a lot. You see catering when they're fighting. We're going to throw Gabe Kidd in a body bag and drag him with a pickup truck, because I believe that Darby Allin would drive a pickup truck, honestly. That's how you put all the skateboards and the tacks and other dangerous things and carry them around everywhere. But I've been really, really enjoying the AEW vibe, the Ring of Honor show vibe. They did an entire hour and 40 some minute, seemingly just to introduce a 6'4" woman to the premier athletes that's driven everybody crazy, which is also, as I've called it, what would it look like if Dutters was in the wrestling ring with regular wrestlers, on the indies. But actually, Senator was but it just generally good wrestling, good vibe, and that Philly crowd, which they have to bleep half the time. Oh my God. The first thing coming out was somebody coming up to somebody in the crowd and being told to fuck off on TBS. Tremendous. So I've been a really big fan of that. Have you guys seen the clips and stuff from that?
That's Blue Meanie out there.
They did have Blue Meanie with Athena. The Blue Minion, I believe they went by.
A Meanie Minion.
Minion, I love it.
I wonder if that's on the AEW shop or Pro Wrestling Tees.
Feels right. Anyway, what about you, partner? You been seeing anything from it?
To be honest, one thing that like I said, the vibe is perfect. I was going to ask you, was the Ring of Honor show its own show there? Or was it we're doing Ring of Honor for an hour, then we're doing.
I have
AEW.
no idea where they
Okay.
taped it, when they taped it. Ring of Honor
Because I think
tapings are an
that's-
anomaly. They're unannounced. You're going to show up for AEW and realize you have 2 hours of Ring of Honor you're going to sit down for. But that's a crowd that's going to stick around for it, and they were lively for this. It's not like
and
the
I think-
arena shows.
And I think that's one thing that's hurting Ring of Honor is that, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, and we're done. And by the way, here's something. There are people who are never on TV, or they're the lower end AEW people.
Yeah.
That, by the way, here they are, because honestly, to me the best Athena is still.
Oh yeah.
She's carrying the whole thing, and still for me one of the biggest draws in AEW is still Toni Storm,
Absolutely.
and the fact that she somehow got Alex Windsor to start talking in innuendos like herself.
Excellent. I had a realization.
You're Tony, you're going to start talking like
I had a realization that I had trouble battling with the last couple of days. I posted this somewhere on social media. I don't remember what Toni Storm sounds like before she was timeless. Because she was doing an interview with somebody, and I'm like, is she going back in her normal voice? I'm like, oh no, she's still talking in the timeless voice, right? And I've talked with her. She still talks in the normal voice off air. When we were out there for Philly Mania weekend, but obviously in most cases she's going to be doing the character. She's very like, if she's around fans, she's going to be timeless, right? And you know, she's got a very distinct Australian accent, right? And so that part, it was like, oh, of course you just go watch an old promo. And then I saw somebody had like double tap her out from like a WWE match, so with like Mercedes and Natalia or something. But either way, that was just a hang up for this week. And I forgot where I was going from that part, but so I think one time, Toni Storm's been amazing over there, but that crowd has just ate up everything, including the lower talent that usually just would get nothing on a regular AEW show or something like that, right? And I feel like they do have a lot more to this. I think there's a suspicion about doing a residency perhaps at Hammerstein in the next couple months, which I think would be tremendous. Again, that New York crowd is just rabid as hell, especially in that space like the Hammerstein Ballroom. Like the Ghost of ECW lives whenever you see GCW use it. Whenever you have seen, did NXT do one there? Am I mistaken on that one? They did I know they did a Raw throwback there several years ago. But that's just one of those classics. It just brings an energy that you just can't get anywhere else. And I think AEW's been feeding off that. It makes everything feel bigger because of the reaction that you do get. You're not getting the casual fans like that are kind of softening the arenas sometimes. I've loved the interesting looks. Like, if nothing else, and this is what AEW is good at, their show does look different than what WWE does because they're using different venues in interesting ways, right? So sometimes it works. Sometimes it's like, okay, this one was weird, you know? But then it leads to they're going to be doing like great numbers. Ticket sales look like they're crazy. What was it, 13,000 for the All Out pay-per-view that's going to happen in Toronto. They're touring again to Australia and UK here at the end of the year into the next. So I think that's their version of what WWE is doing, where they're like, oh, we're going to keep hitting these other countries that are rabid for this stuff. You know, they're going small venue, ticket prices you can afford. Gee, what are the ticket prices for Pittsburgh here in a couple weeks, guys? Not what we paid for WWE Raw. I can guarantee you that.
Close.
I think you can get in for $20, you know, and that's good because they're really still super serving that alternative, which is people that don't have priority pass money at WWE to go pay a bunch of money to drink beer, overpriced beer, and eat all night. Okay. The people that want to pay a decent thing to see wrestling. You know, you might see 20 matches with an ROH pay-per-view, but man, you're getting wrestling. So
floor seating for AEW is, I'm trying to see here, on hard cams, like towards hard cam or facing hard cam,
yeah,
262.
max. Max.
Maximum.
That's a medium level seat. Where are my buttons at? That's a
Or
medium
even,
level
even
seat.
higher, or even higher.
Yeah, for Raw at the in the same town. So, yeah, no, I mean that's pretty. You know, we can relegate that all night, but I think they're in a decent spot there, and they're looking good going into that pay-per-view with what they have at least. I think are we leading to is it Takeshita or MJF and Page happening? I think it's Takeshita if I'm not mistaken. So I forget. I was very under the weather when I watched AEW this week, so don't count on me for any details there. So Tina's pointing out that NXT did the theater at MSG. That was the one with the weird lights in the ceiling. I remember that now. And that's you catching her up because she just dropped in. Hello, Tina from Seattle, for joining us as well. You have a cool show happening next week with Defy Wrestling, and I'm looking forward to being around for. Was that Karen Cross is returning on that one? I can't remember who he's taking on. Tina will tell me in a moment. I should know this. If I'm working a show, I don't retain the matches in advance. This is just a thing. I empty my head because it's like that's a problem for next week. Is how I kind of deal with things. Right now, I'm trying to survive I'm trying to figure out how to do MMA this weekend. Otherwise, for All In, their package were like $1,500 a ticket, similar to On Location packages, but still, So either way, want to give a shout out to actually go check out IndyWrestling.us, and there's the old graphic. There it is. But we got a lot of stuff going on. Again, a lot of the matches, we reposted a lot of the matches from BCW's Return Road to Victory from a couple weeks ago, including the barbed wire no ropes match between the Beastman and Jamie Jamison, not for the faint of heart, or maybe you just wish you put your kid to sleep. I don't know. You do you, right? All the matches are up from the 880 Wrestling Cleveland show. Our friends Flow Wrestling have Bumper Cars and Body Slams is now on the network, on the YouTube and the IndyWrestling.network if you want to check that out from out there in Indiana. The state, not Pennsylvania, because I know we talk about that a lot. I'm sorry, Killer Cross versus Calvin Tankman will be on the Defy Wrestling show. How could I forget that? And Marina Shafir is a part of that too, because I believe she's still the champion. But back to IndyWrestling.us, and also Big League Wrestling. I don't know if I saw that the VOD got put up yet, but I know we did finish the edit this week. That had a massive. I put a post out that Big League Wrestling has the biggest main event players that you want to see do a 25-minute match. The last show they did back in May, that I was ringside shooting for that. It was Spencer Slade, who's doing really good at NWA right now on Power, against Bill Collier, who now is a agent in TNA Wrestling and may still be Canadian. I'm not entirely sure. But I did not get a chance to ask him that one. But they had like a 25-minute match. That was crazy. Like, I couldn't believe how they kept moving on that thing. And this time it was the two of them in a four-way match for the championship against Pretty Boy Smooth. We know how tall he is. And Channing Decker as well, who is not a small guy, but is a small guy in that match. So that tells you that. And anything they're setting up out of that match, like, you kind of want to see, because even if it's a match that you saw up there before, a PB and Bill Collier or something like that, these guys are light years different than they were 2 years ago, between, being on TV, being around the people they have. Pretty Boy Smooth is teamed up with EC3, learning from him for better and worse, I'm sure. So, and if you remember EC3 history, but yeah, no, I think that's that's one to look out for when Big League has the VODs up. There'll be clips, I'm sure, over the next couple of weeks as well, but one to check out there. And just a lot of great talent up there. So, a lot of fun. Anyways, and hey, do we want to do... we have some comments. Like I said, there's some a lot of good conversation actually happening on their TikToks and the YouTubes, better than it used to be. One, I want to shout out to because we were talking again about Raylan and Bradley and the incident where she came out and threw Bradley into the wall at a Rise show several years ago. And it says where the commentators thought that it was a work and that Bradley was Raylan's dad. Okay. She actually responded to one of our clips talking about it in the last week. Bradley wishes he was cool enough to be my dad. Her dad is pretty cool, by the way. I met him. He called my dog ugly. I was defending Star-Lord's honor for setting the record straight on that. So, and also we've had a lot of conversation talking about, you know, kind of the cost and everything with WWE and a lot of stuff along this line. A lot of people then don't pay for it. It's like, yeah, but we're super wrestling fans doing a podcast. We're going to figure it out. But a lot of people, like, that's kind of a tough, you know, we talk about like they're going to price out a lot of their fan base at some point. You know, one comment from DJ Ben Blayton over there on, I believe this is on the TikTok. It says, problem's not WWE, but us fans who feel like we have it, we must have it and won't stop buying it. Hi, this is us. We're the problem. This is also a currently horrible sports model as well. I have a feeling piracy will be on the rise in a few. Yeah, no, I agree with that, because that becomes, you know, what did WWE Network do? It made it stupid not to just pay the thing and deal with it for $10 when it was $50, $60, whatever the case may be. Obviously, that was very stiff. If you're, you know, not doing that well, a college student, a high schooler, something like that, they can't ask mom for the money, you know, you're going to figure it out, right? And I think they're kind of entering that. But either way, ESPN gave them the damn money already, right? They kind of don't care. That's why they're doing VPN ads until you go to Netflix, you know. So, Riz, I think you raise your hand like you're in school. No, okay. You were just Dave, were you going to say something?
No, well, it's kind of doing the same thing. It's like, it's similar to where if you're giving away something for free or very, very low cost and making people pay for it after the fact, this is even outside of wrestling, you're not going to make it. You're going to have issues. So you have a bunch of people complaining, like the ESPN thing where, you know, you need to have if you have cable, you need to have your cable provider have an agreement with ESPN, otherwise you have to pay extra for it. And unfortunately, Xfinity, as last I saw, did not have an agreement.
So you're going to be locked in there. Yeah, that is a good point, though. Is, you know, this is another way to think of it. You know, and I keep not sticking. I keep thinking it's just they're taking the Peacock stuff, but it is like you just turned all the pay-per-views or turned all the PLEs back into pay-per-views for $30 a month. And by contrast, now this is interesting. By contrast, this is also presuming you are not interested in the MLB, NFL, NHL, NBA that's going to be all over ESPN. That's going to be part of this package, or, you know, whatever's on the Ocho this week. But, you know, if you're not interested in that and literally have never cared about ESPN otherwise, or not paying for all that deep sports content, you're now talking about, I'm a WWE fan that wants to watch WrestleMania, which is now $30, as is Money in the Bank, as is WrestlePalooza, unless you're lucky that there's 2 in 1 month, which sometimes happens. But let's say generally, what did they say, 10 a year? I think they said they were up for
like that.
Yeah. So let's say, I think the original announcement was 10 a year. So it's not even all 12. So you can just say, I'm just going to buy it the months that there's a pay-per-view. Okay. Maybe you're that person that cancels ESPN every month if there's more than 30 days, right? They're hoping you don't, because there's other content that they're hoping you're interested in, right? But let's say I just literally want to watch WrestleMania. I want to watch Money in the Bank. It just became, okay, when there's 2 nights, you actually have a value, right? But now you do have a $30 bill to watch these, versus hypothetically, if you have HBO Max, because they're starting this with All Out this month, the pay-per-view there is $40. $10 more than you would be paying for WWE. Isn't that interesting? That's presuming you already have the subscription. It's like the UFC ESPN thing where you had to pay your $100 after you paid $15 to ESPN Plus. Now, versus a $50 pay-per-view if you're on, I think, Amazon Prime and other you know, American sources like that. So WWE, like, kind of unintentionally, or maybe they don't care because they were looking at the other form of the money, just like closed the gap. We couldn't justify $50 AEW pay-per-views because we were paying $5-10 to watch WrestleMania, or it was free. Yeah, Riz is doing the hand mode. Yeah, you're gonna be my visuals over here. You know, so now we went from this to this. So now it's like, man, There's
Well,
only
it's even-
5 matches on WrestlePalooza for $30. I'm going to get 10, and I miss Edge for $10 or $20 more because I happen to already have HBO Max because I love me some White Lotus or something. Righteous Gemstones, I don't know. Peacemaker. So I'm just going to go over here.
Well, the other thing is, it's only, correct me if I'm wrong, it's only the main of the, it's only the PLE's part of WWE. It's not NXT.
Yes, that's what we're saying. For 10 shows, you're paying $30 a month.
Right. But I'm saying is, if you want to watch NXT and if you want to watch all WWE, and you want to watch the NXT PLEs, you still have to have Peacock.
You're still not dropping the cock.
No, you still have to have Peacock.
No. You need all
in
the
that
cock,
case-
all
so
the
in that
PN,
case,
and the
Peacock's
Netflix.
Peacock's like $9 a month.
And you can get some rabbit ears to watch CW for the NXT, but then you got to get your USAs to watch SmackDown. You got to get your USAs to watch one show, presuming you get CW over the air. Like it's hard. Or you just watch all the clips on YouTube. That's also an option that also makes WWE money, by the way. So that's where it goes. Yes, you need to watch Sinners again. Sinners is a fucking great movie, Tina. It's a tremendous fucking movie. If you don't know, everybody has nothing to do with wrestling. It just came up, and I just want to tell everybody how Sinners is a really good movie, and you should watch it. And it's very surprising, and I want to say delightful because it's really kind of a fucked up movie, but it's a good movie you should watch. It's not as fucked up as you think it's going to be, but it's really, really good. If you like vampire movies and timeliness and what do you call it? Timepieces, period pieces. Anyways, you were saying, Dave, get me back on track.
Yeah, no, we watch AEW, so we enjoy fucked up stuff.
We are the sickos.
Every week,
we
see John Moxley bleed like a stuffed pig.
Every week, but we still need all the replays of that fork going in Darby Allin's ear,
Yes.
like just to remind us where we're at in life. But aren't they uploading? And that's the thing. As far as the back catalog library stuff, it's all going to end up on YouTube. It really. Listen, there's an announcement I talked about I was really excited for an Awesome Cast that a lot of the back catalog of Sesame Street, the biggest back catalog, is going to be on YouTube. WWE is it. WWE posting WCW Bash at the Beach is the same thing as me watching Elmo from the 80s. Okay? Same place and paying the same amount of money. They make money.
Give me an ECW vault.
And it doesn't matter if you're sitting there watching the terrible commercials or you're paying the $15 I do for premium because I get the music bit. They're getting money from you one way or another. So it all works out in the end. I definitely put on old WC. I watched the found footage from the last night of WCW the other day. You got me. And I don't even have to. And it doesn't even matter. It's just the thing that pops up. And it's actually easier. I kept forgetting to go to Peacock. I kept forgetting about the cock to go find things. Okay, and now it's like it's right in my face, whereas the Peacock was not. I only go over there when there was Twisted Metal, and then that's over.
The Peacock was on your face, or
see it in two years. Twisted Metal. Anyways, thoughts. Intern Tony, you got some thoughts over there?
I think WWE's gotten a little greedy. That's what I'll have to say about that.
I mean, it's a business. I get it. You got to maximize, right?
Yeah, but when it's like $40,000 to see WrestleMania, it's a little crazy.
Yeah, it gets kind of nuts. Definitely gets kind of nuts there. All right. Yes, there's an ECW Vault channel, and they haven't. Wait, they haven't posted to it yet? So there is an ECW Vault channel, but with no content yet? Tell me about this.
I hope they're waiting for
the ECW WrestlePalooza that was supposed to happen. Sorry, what was you saying?
I hope they get I hope they're just waiting to get the rights to the songs.
I really hope they just drop them, let them be copyright, do the share, and just fucking go.
I mean, WWE doesn't need money.
I mean, WWE Vault.
Demonetize that shit.
I don't see the ECW Vault channel.
Well, I see on Fightful from
ECW
April,
moments.
it says the channel on YouTube is coming soon.
Ooh, they are dropping things already on the WWE Vault from
Yeah.
ECW. Like there's
And
matches with Rob Van Dam, so some found footage stuff. There's matches. There's a
Taz versus
one night
Sabu,
stand.
entires-
Oh, no, that's
Whoa.
somebody's review of it. Let's get rid of that.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
You know, so there is stuff, but obviously not a dedicated thing. Oh, Tajiri is super crazy from TNN. I think I watched this match. That was great. That was good stuff. I watched that in the break room at the country club. So, anyways, hey, quick shout out to our friend Slice on Broadway, feeding us for over a decade and a half. Supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. You guys have tried it out. The interns have tried it out for the first time. I don't know. Maybe I tried slicing your neck of the woods. I can't remember how close it is to Pitt. So, but that's one less thing we have to worry about here on the Tuesday nights because we got to make sure college students eat. Okay, one thing we're doing the business. We're doing the good work here because we know how that is. And so we were all college students once. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So thank you to our friends Slice on Broadway. Go check them out, sliceonbroadway.com. And if you're in the Pittsburgh area, stop by, say hi, and tell them the Mayhem sent you. Everybody, time to wrap things up again a little early because it is a school night for me this week. I'm going to go sit at a table and get everybody's PowerPoint slides working for their presentation where they're doing
Lonely sword.
important population health work. Okay. So you know what? I'm going to have a goal for tomorrow. I'm going to find a wrestling fan at this conference. It's a very lady-heavy conference, so
There's got to be one.
they're doctors and things.
Well, let's say
So
the easiest way to find is Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley.
Because he's
How do I
they,
slip?
she's
How do I slip the phrase "Welcome to my brutality" into a conversation with an expert on population health sciences? Let me know in the comments. Good times at WrestlingManShow.com.
or say slip mommy in.
Listen, chat room. I want to know what you learned this week, but I want you to, based on this context, give me good. I want to say pick icebreakers to discover if people are wrestling fans. I need a lapel pin or something maybe tomorrow because I gotta wear all like black no logo stuff. So how do I do this? Kind of thing. Man, maybe I got like a Kurt Angle pen or something around here I can just use for my work or something, right? Either way, what did you learn from wrestling this week? Who wants to go first? Riz, like you had to have learned something from Saturday.
I learned that Matt Tremont leaves forks everywhere.
Everywhere?
Everywhere.
Not just the one he left for Mikey?
I mean, he left it in a very peculiar place, Sorg.
Where? Where did you find the fork, Riz?
You have to tune in and find out.
Tune into what?
To enjoy wrestling on their YouTubes or whatever they're doing. I'm not
Okay,
spoiling
to
things for everything.
clarify, also a great Easter egg that carries from the very first match to the last, which I'm impressed. The Enjoy Wrestling show, Supersonic, I have to say it that way by contract, is on the patreon.com/enjoy wrestling. You can go get it for $5 or sign up for the Patreon, and it's a part of that, along with a lot of other stuff from the other Taco Mania shows that they've had over the summer, too. So we'll do the good work there, but you learned that Matt Tremont likes to leave. Does he just, stow it for later use like a squirrel with nuts, but with forks?
It's an acorn, Sorg.
It's an acorn?
He's got to store his acorn somewhere.
Fuck. Potter, what'd you learn?
Well, I learned the new Pro Wrestling Eve champion coming from Britain is learning our American ways.
Okay, tell me more.
Nyla Rose.
Oh my
recently-
God. You talking about the Dunkin' Donuts video?
Well, multiples.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's more? Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. No, it's basically when she was in Britain, even though we never saw her in AEW TV,
She found an accent.
she became British. And she picked up the accent, she picked up all the speech part, and now she came to the US. And she's discovering the US, the DMV as they call where she's at. And she's doing it as a British wrestler, first time in America. And he's like I said, she got a dunk. It's like, oh, this is quite large. He's American sizes. This is much larger than I would get, and it's a bit sweeter.
And there's more Dunkin' Donuts in DC than all of in England.
Yes.
Which I can't get. I was like, what is happening? I kind of love this. And I get so confused whether she was still in Britain or back in DC because the context of everything was completely all over the place. But I loved it.
I mean, in everything I've seen on her, I've seen her do online, it's 100% her as a British wrestler coming over to the U.S. And just being shocked about all these American things. And she is doing amazing.
Great. Good for her for reacclimating, I suppose. Jeez. From the chat room, we have Matt Birch, T-Pop out there, learned that Enjoy Wrestling Commissioner Ziggy Heim did a great William Regal level War Games announcement for Enjoy's next event. Yes, there's
a lot of
cage matches.
Cage matches coming up.
Exactly. I love that. I'm going to hate filming it, but I'm here for it, I guess. Ooh, who do we get to put in the cage? Riz, do you remember who was in the cage last time they had a cage match when they did the big Stage AE show?
Was it Rob?
No, Rob was outside. The answer
No,
may
wait.
surprise you.
Was it Reese?
It was amateur videographer Reese Hayes.
Yeah, that's right.
So, we have to if you're part of my video team, the negotiations start now to be the one in the cage for 2 matches, apparently. We will actually, I don't know. Man, I don't know, because that depends on Swemba, because he has got some high-end campers. They did it before, though, so either way. We're back at Vellum. Was a really cool venue, so I'm glad to see that that's become a regular thing for them. Birch also learned that that the Sandman with a kendo stick wrapped in hoagies is the coolest weapon ever. I tagged the Mayhem Show Twitter account so y'all can see the pictures. Wait a minute. So
while we're looking for that,
yeah, go ahead.
I did find another one. Another thing for the Sandman.
Okay.
But what I learned from the Sandman.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to pull this picture up as you say this.
Back in 2007, he was first he was on the podcast with Matt Cardona and the Major Brothers podcast. Yeah. And he mentioned that in 2007, it was widely known, or it was, they were going to have a tag team of the Sandman and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And they were slated to win the World Tag Team Championships
in WWE.
In WWE in 2007.
Interesting.
And I kind of want to see that.
Yeah, well, that's a 2K thing. There you go. He's got the Kendogi stick.
He looks so happy.
Peak professional wrestling, Matt says.
Also, I like your face in the corner there, Sorg.
Oh, my face is in the corner. What am I doing in the corner? Wow, that looks delicious.
That's Sorg in the corner.
There you go. Wow. Tina from Seattle learned that AJ Lee is the portrait girl for protecting your peace. Mm-hmm. I like that. I'm hoping there's more of this mental health push happening here. All right, you guys ready for the swerve? Interns!
Assemble.
Assemble! There's going to be a lot of
Your
this kind of stuff
first
happening, guys. So it's what you signed up for. Mac, I know you don't watch a lot of wrestling. So we're going to ask, what did you learn from the show this week?
I learned
what did you learn
today? I learned I really like the Sandman because I admire anyone who has that much hoagie.
You have a hoagie-based fandom, is what you're telling
Oh,
me?
absolutely.
Excellent.
I'm part of multiple Facebook groups just for sandwiches.
Okay. We may have to deep dive this on Patreon at some point in the next coming weeks. So that's your teaser there. Enter Tony. What did you learn from the show or wrestling this week?
Honestly, I learned a lot. I knew a lot before this, but I guess also not to copy intern Mac, but I wasn't familiar with Ken Dogi until right now.
We all learned about
Yeah,
this.
which honestly seems like the coolest thing ever.
T-Pop was the expert in this.
Yeah, like I want to watch a match with someone else using a Ken Dogi. It would be awesome.
If it's on the YouTube, please let us know. Oh my God, guys, thank you so much. Again, it's a little bit shorter show this week. Not too bad, and we only just kicked an hour or so. But we'll be back next week. We're going to try to get a guest. What's going on next week? We got a few shows that weekend with RWA Defy and 880's Thursday Night Fight. So who knows who's going to show up next Tuesday night?
Did you see the did you see the match that was announced for RWA?
Yeah, we have to mention this
tag team
really
match?
quick.
Yeah.
This tag team match.
tag team that
Dio
was
Salvador and the Revenue Ron Hunt.
you.
It's been on the show recently. Our tag team at RWA's next week, Fall Free for All. It's September the 20th. Yeah, it's the same night as WrestlePalooza, but honestly, I think this is the one you want to watch. They're teaming up against the Beastman and Abaddon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's fucking go.
I mean, I don't know if either of them would do it, but I would love to hear the pre-match talk and strategy between Beastman and Abaddon.
Yeah, I mean,
Does Abaddon speak Husk?
I have so many questions. And listen, my flight lands in Pittsburgh 15 minutes before this show starts in West Newton.
You have time to make it, Sorg.
I also need a ride. So, because everybody's working the show. So, we'll figure that out. Either way, guys, thank you guys so much. Thank you, new interns, for joining us. And hopefully you'll still come back next week. And thank you guys out there in the Mayhem universe. And again, please go check out everything going on. Check out our friends at Neo Pro Wrestling if you're in the Canton area. It's going to be a taping for IndyWrestling.us. But of course, we got, like I mentioned, new content over there as well. If you want to support this show, there is Patreon. You do also support this show by supporting us any way you can by watching, sharing, subscribing, being a member over at the IndyWrestling.us YouTube page. So just put that in your feed and just watch old Beastman matches on loop. Never look up Bulldozer. And thank you so much for being with us. This has been the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Until next time, Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.